Friends, hello everyone. We're continuing to keep an eye on what's happening in the world, and there's no shortage of shocking events. So let's dive straight into the news. In the United States, it's not just cities that are going underwater. An entire state, Connecticut, is being washed away. Meteorologists say that such a massive flood hasn't been seen in this area for at least 200 years. Due to the deluge and storm, a state of emergency has been declared across the region. Over 250 millimeters of rain fell in the cities of Waterbury, Danbury, and Fairfield within just 10 hours. Meteorologists note that the probability of such rainfall occurring annually is no more than 0.1%. So, it's no surprise that the floodwaters are sweeping away American homes and cars. The flooding has also impacted the towns of Oxford, Seymour, and Cheshire. Rescue teams are reporting several landslides, numerous washed-out roads and bridges. At least 2 fatalities have been confirmed. The rapidly rising water has cut off evacuation routes, trapping people. Local residents are being urged to postpone any long trips, prepare emergency supplies, and stay informed with updates from rescue services. There's a strong possibility that the water levels could continue to rise. Emergency services are continuing to search for victims and those missing. Now let's turn to France, where a massive fire has devastated thousands of hectares of forest in the Gironde department. The blaze has engulfed the southwestern part of the country and continues to spread. Strong winds and dry weather are only exacerbating the situation. Reports indicate that the fire has come dangerously close to several towns. Thousands of people have been evacuated by rescue teams. Some towns are already in the fire's path, and local authorities are concerned that the flames could reach residential areas. The situation is so dire that the authorities have enlisted aviation and additional firefighting resources from across the country. Even the military has been called in to help. With temperatures in the region reaching 40 degrees Celsius, combating the fire has become increasingly difficult. Residents and tourists are being forced to leave their homes and hotels in a hurry to avoid disaster. As of the latest reports, there have been no fatalities, but the material damage is already being estimated in the millions of euros. Hurricane Ernesto has struck the Bermuda Islands with massive waves and strong wind gusts. The tropical cyclone has left homes without power and toppled trees. Parts of the islands have been flooded with up to 150 millimeters of rainfall. For those who might have forgotten, Bermuda is a British overseas territory. The impact has been severe, with wave heights reaching up to 10 meters. Due to the storm, 71% of the 36,000 consumers are without electricity. There have also been significant communication issues. The only positive aspect of this situation is that the storm did not result in any casualties or serious injuries. The material damage is also minimal. Now, Hurricane Ernesto is heading towards America, with its approach threatening problems for Canada. The storm is expected to hit southeast of Newfoundland. By the way, speaking of Canada, there, even without Ernesto, there are plenty of climate-related issues. Emergency weather conditions have been reported in several regions, including major cities. We're talking about heavy rain and flooding. These scenes were captured in Mississauga. Within just a few hours, more than 100 millimeters of precipitation fell. As a result, torrential flows rushed through the city streets, sweeping away anything that was lightweight or unsecured. Water seeped into homes and administrative buildings. It is reported that due to the storm, thousands of consumers were left without electricity. Several roads were also closed. Poland has once again been hit by powerful storms, bringing heavy rainfall and strong winds that have caused massive damage. The greatest impact of the storm is felt in the east-central Masovian voivodeship, including the capital city of Warsaw, as well as in the central western Greater Poland voivodeship. Heavy rains have led to significant flooding, resulting in streets and cars in the affected areas being submerged. The fire services have received around 600 reports of flooding and related incidents across the region. In Italy, there has been a surge of waterspouts. One such waterspout was observed in Salerno. It reached the shore and scattered beach umbrellas and loungers, causing quite a scare among locals and tourists. According to reports, the storm lasted only a few minutes before the waterspout dissipated. Fortunately, no one was injured. Stormy weather also hit the Adriatic coast of Italy, where several waterspouts were observed. Take a look at these images, captured by eyewitnesses of this weather phenomenon. Locals reported seeing 3 waterspouts, one of which was quite close to the shoreline and was very large. There were reports that one of the waterspouts caused a yacht to be submerged, but this information has not yet been confirmed. A massive wildfire has engulfed the southern coast of the Atlantic island of Madeira, a popular tourist destination in Portugal. Hundreds of firefighters have been deployed to battle the blaze. The fire started in the remote rural area of Ribeira Brava and quickly spread to the neighboring municipality of Câmara de Lobos. Strong winds, high temperatures, and low humidity have contributed to the rapid spread of the flames. About 200 firefighters, 38 vehicles, and a helicopter are involved in the firefighting efforts. Around 160 people have been forced to evacuate their homes. After a hurricane with heavy rain hit Austria, serious flooding and landslides occurred in Tyrol. The hardest hit areas include Landic and Innsbruck land, particularly St. Anton am Arlberg, where several streets in the city center were flooded. A mudslide flowed onto the Arlberg Federal Road, temporarily blocking it from the Tyrol side. Streets were submerged, flooding underground passages, garages, and cellars within just a few hours. This rain turned out to be one of the heaviest in recent years. In the Dobling area, a tragic incident occurred. A woman around 35 years old fell in the street under the torrential rain. The water flow carried her down a sloped street and dragged her under a bus. Rescue workers managed to lift the bus and retrieve the woman, who was in critical condition. She was urgently resuscitated and transported to a clinic. The Chinese city of Dalian, located in Liaoning province, has faced a devastating flood that has caused catastrophic consequences. According to reports from state media, 4 people have died and 10 are currently missing. Several major rivers have overflowed their banks, leading to dangerously high water levels, which are being closely monitored by local authorities. Continuous heavy rains have led to the cancellation and delay of flights at the city's international airport, as well as the closure of schools in 3 districts. Numerous buildings have been flooded or destroyed. China's meteorological services warn that the rains are expected to continue at least until Thursday, further worsening the already dire situation. In India, intense torrential rains continue, leading to catastrophic flooding. Several states have been inundated for almost a month. 60 people have died, and hundreds of thousands have been forced to leave their homes due to the extensive flooding. The continuous monsoon rains have triggered landslides. This week, the Indian Meteorological Department declared a red alert for all northeastern states, with Manipur being heavily affected. Floodwaters have damaged hundreds of roads, dozens of bridges, and thousands of homes. And now, to wrap up today's news, let's head to Brazil, where street artist Fabio Gomes Trindade is transforming gray walls into vibrant works of art using the power of nature. His graffiti is unique, combining detailed portraits with live plants. Each project begins with selecting a location where trees or blooming shrubs become part of his artwork. Branches and flowers are naturally woven into his creations, producing a stunning visual effect that impresses with its harmony between art and nature. That's all for today's news. Subscribe to our channel for the latest updates, and we'll see you in the next video.